Edo State Governor Obaseki has debunked any story or plot to impeach his deputy, Philip Shaibu.
Well, the governor who made the comments against the backdrop of recent court injunctions seeking to protect the deputy governor from impeachment by the governor and the State House of Assembly. Governor Godwin Obaseki, while briefing journalists in Edo State on the situation, said the deputy governor is already finalizing plans to return to the All Progressives Congress, that's the APC, after allegedly consulting with the party chieftains far and near.
I am not aware of any plots or any scheme to impeach the deputy governor, Right Honorable Philip Shaibu. I have also checked, and there is no such plan, or there was no such plan. So the court action that has now been taken by him, for me, is a thing of shock and disappointment. I have sat back to reflect, try and understand why somebody I have worked closely with and given so much latitude to work has decided to go on this course of action and in fact gotten to a point where he had to go to court.
Andrew Emwanta is a constitutional lawyer and immediate past commissioner for communication and orientation in Edo State. He joins us now in the studio. Andrew, thank you for coming to Newsnight.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here this evening.
So what exactly has been the grouse between the your state governor, Godwin Obaseki, and his deputy, Shaibu?
Yeah, thank you. I think the proper place to take this thing from is the fact that the governor's team are not comfortable with the ambition of the deputy governor to run for the office of governor. And if I must be very honest here, it brings to mind the Shakespearean, in Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, that popular phrase, the Ides of March. And as such, remember Mark Antony's oration, where he talked about your ambition must be of sterner stuff. And he referred to Brutus, who said Caesar was ambitious, and said Brutus is a honorable man. And if you now look at the present dramatis personae, one can now start by asking a simple question. Where is Caesar in all of this?
And where is Brutus?
And where is Brutus in all of this? Oshiomhole is a mutual benefactor, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, the present senator representing Edo North. In 2016, he sponsored the candidacy of Obaseki. Obaseki was relatively unknown, right, in the political space. He saw him as a technocrat. And for him, because of the state of the economy, there was need to bring somebody to help manage the economy because he was chairman of his economic team. Against all odds, against all advice, from what the party members at the time felt, he was imposed on them. And of course, his political godson, Shaibu, who was in the House of Reps, was made to serve as a running mate. Unfortunately for Oshiomhole, his removal, and I think I must play the devil's advocate here, was sponsored by these two gentlemen, these two honorable men, in the words of Mankantuni. And his Ides of March came when he said the world chairman cannot remove him as national chairman. And he felt he had a blind ambition of retaining his position as national chairman. Unlike Caesar, I'm happy today Oshiomhole is a senator. And for Shaibu, he is Caesar today. Because Shaibu is saying, Oshiomhole as the Caesar of yesterday, Shaibu as the Caesar of today. Obaseki is now saying Shaibu is ambitious. Yeah, but I hope Shaibu's ambition is made of sterner stuff, because it is that Ides of March, that warning, that has made him to go to court, because he knows too well what happened in Oshiomhole's case. It sounded like a joke, but it became a reality. So to avert that reality, there was need to go to court to stop it, because the issue of the impeachment is very real. It's as real as Oshiomole's removal as national chairman of the APC.
All right, but as far as Obaseki is concerned, Philip Shaibu may just be the Brutus that he would say et tu Brute too. But it's over a year away before the elections in Edo State are called. This ambition, purported ambition of Philip Shaibu, is it not a distraction to the Obaseki administration right now? Because there are indications that Obaseki has said, look, pipe low on your ambition. I want to concentrate on governance. Why the need to put out this ambition right now? Is it not a distraction for the government of the state?
You know, the irony, and I think it's all about dramatic ironies here and there. The governor in that same press statement was talking about, oh, it's not yet time for politics, it's a time for governance. But in that same speech, he said the following day was going out for campaign, local government election campaigns. So does that not sound like what the psychologists we, call what you will call, I think there's a word for it, I'll say it, and as such, it's quite unfortunate because we are just pretending here. The question of the impeachment, if it was not so, I don't think the deputy governor would have gone to court.
Yeah, but Obaseki says there's no plan for impeachment. Hold on if I could, yes.
He's denying it, but it is real. It is real because in the court process, because I don't want to even go into the details, he has refused to even file a counter affidavit. And I think if there's a matter in court, he is the third defendant. The proper thing to do is to file your counter affidavit. So he thinks it's even more convenient for him to come on the media to say the impeachment is not real. You tell your lawyers to enter their appearance, to file the counter affidavit, because the deputy governor has given instances, right, where he was prevented from attending certain meetings, where, of course, the governor has refused to allow him place specific rules, and it came to a head when a member of the assembly informed him of the plot to impeach him. And that is why I said it's the ideas of match. So as such, they say in impeachment proceedings, you don't cry after you have been impeached, right? You don't, because I remember when Alamesega in 2005 was impeached as the governor of Bayelsa, we thought it was a joke. He was still in the UK when he was impeached. Are you not aware of that incident? So impeachment issues, you don't take them for granted. And as such, it's a game of numbers. And I think for Shaibu to get out of this, he has to do one thing and torment. Comrade Adams Oshiomhole is their mutual benefactor as it stands, because the governor has already preempted the deputy governor. He said he's going to the APC. And as such, there's need for Shaibu to make amends. He needs to go back to Oshiomhole. Oshiomhole helped him to become a member of the House of Reps. Oshiomhole nominated him as a running mate to Obaseki. Now that Obaseki is playing Brutus, it is better to go with Caesar Senior. So because the truth of the matter is that it's a game of number.
Will it include joining the APC? Is that the plan?
If that becomes an option, why not? Because they were all in APC, right? It was the same ambition till when Obaseki wanted to fulfill the second term ambition that made him to leave the APC for the PDP. And for me, I don't think it would be fair for the governor to say he's taking the ticket of a PDP into the APC, because Obaseki actually took the APC's ticket to the PDP.
Andrew, the side of the story that's in the public domain includes the fact that, or insinuations, claims that the governor is not allowing his deputy, Philip Shaibu, to perform his roles as deputy. What do you make of this?
I think it is this ambition thing that has made it so. I give you a very clear example. I'm a victim of that same feeling, because the governor actually told somebody that. The problem he has with me is that my relationship with Philip Shaibu. And of course, there are very specific instances, and I don't want to mention names. The governor's feeling is not far from the reality. Shaibu was not his choice. He sees Shaibu as an imposition from Oshiomhole. From day one, that was how he saw Shaibu. And for him to have been able to invite the confidence of Shaibu, or to get the assistance of Shaibu to kick out Oshiomhole as national chairman, there were certain privileges Shaibu was supposed to enjoy by law, which he deprived him of. And as such, by the time he extended these privileges, Shaibu in search for survival, in search of political survival, succumbed. And that is the same thing the government is doing with the House of Assembly members. None of them have gotten their official cars. None of them have gotten their furniture allowances. None of them have even gotten their statutory constituency allowance, as their colleagues at the national are doing. And I think that is the bait he used previously on Shaibu that is now using against him with the House of Assembly members. I'm very familiar with this. And as such, I think because the matter is sub judice, it's better for us to leave it as such. And I think there was a particular expression, cognitive dissonance. In one breath, you say, oh, you don't want to be distracted, from governance. In another breath, you are saying you want to go out on campaigns. Does that not sound contradictory? And for us to face the reality on ground, the elections, the primaries will take place this year. So anybody deceiving himself about governance is just trying to play an imposing role, because it's only when you want to impose a candidate, you deprive people who are interested from indicating their interest.
All right, I guess that's a good place to leave it. Whether Shaibu sees this as, as a right is another matter. Andrew Emwanta, constitutional lawyer and immediate past commissioner for communication and orientation, Edo State. Thank you very much for joining us.